If you were entertained by the video that you're about to see, definitely don't be afraid to leave a like or a comment, something as simple as, hey, nice video. It's more than enough support for me, and it gives me engaged to see that if you like this video, I can create more of them. Thanks, guys. Hey, what's up, y'all? Peaky ring of hope shining bright in these Gotham streets. Ringz here. There's a big, nice update coming. Should be today, August the 25th, or if tomorrow, if the devs take their time with it. There's a nice update coming soon to DCUO, and for myself, just taking in all the feedback of staying in tune with the testers and what's going on in the game, talking to some people in game of what they think about this update coming soon. I felt comfortable to where I was like, alright. So you already know what time it is. We're about to have ourselves a nice little talking discussion. So same as always, just set me to the side, log into your favorite game and start getting your dailies done. Or if you're in your car, put me in the aux or Bluetooth and hear me out. And hopefully I can articulate myself using the right words to bring some music to your ears. And so, going back, we have a nice update coming soon to DCUO. Unfortunately though, the problem or the con I have with the DCO community is there's a portion of the DCO side who they refuse to go read. They refuse to go to the forums to check out what's going on with the upcoming any updates, right? And so they'll listen to word of mouth. And may the cosmos bless the person who's the word of mouth. And that person might say some misinformation. So now you got people spreading misinformation around the game, or misinformation around the game. There's another side of the DCO community that there be one particular thing that they don't like about the update, and so they will focus on that and be the vocal minority to where now they're screaming, "The sky is falling! The sky is falling!" And so now we kind of have just an imbalance of misinformation and almost fear building up in the community with this new update coming on. And so there's a lot of people who are just like very confused, I would say, of what's going on. And I can assure you, I bet a lot of you guys don't even know that DCUO is adding a lot of quality of life changes to the game. For instance, do y'all even know that they're changing up how free to play and premium, what we get access to? They're giving us more and more stuff versus what we had before. But a lot of people don't even know that, or I never seen a lot of people talking about it. And so it's just one of those things to where, yeah, something will get highlighted over the others. But just to clarify, this is a good update. This update that's happening is a big improvement to the game. A lot of what we asked for as a community, a lot of quality of life changes is coming to the game. It's going to change the way how we play, for sure. But I today want to talk about just stat clamping. Since we're about to hit it live soon, who knows how it might come out, at least from the test to the live version. I can assure you, I'm going to set the mood. Everybody who tested stat clamping, they were like, okay, you know what? We feel comfortable letting this come to live. So that's just to assure you guys that everybody who tested the stat clamping or this update, we all feel comfortable to let this come to live, compared to back when stats revamp was a thing and when I was testing it and the devs had set themselves like a date to release, and once it got closer to that date, we was kind of like, hold on, player, give us some more days, but they had to rush it out the door, and we were just kind of like, fuck, well, we'll just ride with the punches, whatever happens. So it won't be like that. This game update, we're all pretty comfortable with what's about to be released out to the game. So, however, we're going to talk about just stat clamping and the 3 things that DCO needs to do in order for this whole update to work out, at least from my point of sight. Starting, number 1, the system must work. Well, duh, the system needs to work or else it's going to be a disaster. But what I mean by the system needs to work is, 1, it needs to be well organized and clean, at least to navigate through. And 2, since this is going to be a new way of our daily lives in DCUO, the foundation really needs to be solid. And so what I mean by when I say the system needs to work, I mean, it's really simple. It just has to work, whatever their expectations are from this. So at least for the goal of this is, 1, to keep people from one-shotting older content, blasting through older content, but also to make sure that in-game players are still very, very powerful. And what a lot of people, I would say, when I was talking about misinformation, people think that the devs are taking away just all their skill points, all their artifacts and such. So what I've read as far as the intention is when you go into, let's say you go into Nexus as an in-game player, right? New people, they're going to get boosted up to whatever is appropriate for them. But as far as in-game players, your skill points and your artifacts are still going to matter. So first off, the in-game players, the content that is circled around in-game, that is not getting stat clamped. That is going to stay the same. So people saying that their progress is going away, that's not true. I don't know where we are getting that information from. The in-game that you are still around now and the content that is still circled around that is still going to be, how it is right now or before on live. So I don't know what, two episodes or 3 episodes around the in-game DLC, that's still going to need you to be at your top. There's going to be no stat clamping involved. But let's say you do go into Paradox Wave, right? So the devs, as far as for in-game people, are going to reduce your stats to the max appropriate level of what they think is for that DLC era. And now, on top of that, you're going to have your skill points and your artifacts added into it. So technically, your skill points and artifacts matters even more than now. So I have no idea where people are getting this, that they're taking away your progression. You're just not going to be able to one-shot and kill shit in that way, which we're going to talk about that later. But that's kind of what I mean when I say the system must work as far as what the devs' intentions are for this stat clamping, and it must work too. Did it achieve these goals? Did it achieve taking away one-shotting people? But did it also still achieve that in-game players are still having all of their utilities and benefits and resources and time, yada yada, still included? So that's what I mean when I say that the system must work. Number 2. Incentives and rewards for the players. As far for the incentives and rewards for us players, so this is something that the devs can always just improve post launch, right? So this is something that they might not get right, and that's something we do have to keep in mind. There might be some outliers that might happen in this update, but it's upon the devs to make sure that they address it and then they fix it later on. So we should feel like this is like a last minute, or this is the only thing that's going to happen and nothing that's going to change, right? So when I say rewards, one of the things that I have in mind is, so I'm taking this from Final Fantasy 14. So for you guys that don't know, Final Fantasy 14 is considered the best and number 1 MMO in the world. But guess what? They have stat clamping in their system too. So one of the incentives and rewards they can do to kind of just promote more of a healthy economy between the player base, they have, for example, a commendation system. And so what a commendation is basically MVP. You're choosing an MVP. So at the end of the run, once everybody's completed, and let's say you're in an alert, right? You yourself, you'll get like a short optional tab to where, hey, who do you want to give this MVP commendation to? And then you can be like, you know what, the healer was holding us down. We was kind of almost on the verge of death, but we still kept it alive and going. I'm going to give my points to the healer. And so the healer would get that commendation. And then from the point of view of the healer, you can't give a commendation to yourself. You got to give it to somebody. I mean, it's optional. You don't have to, but it's an optional thing to do. So it'll give the healer to be a chance to think like, who was doing good? You know what? The tank was pretty well off. He didn't kill everybody. It was kind of easy for me to raid. Let me give it to the tank. And so it creates this thing of people having like a subconscious, hey, this person did pretty good. I'm gonna give them this MVP thing. And so that kind of will help promote just a good little ecosystem for the players. And with that commendation points that you earn, you can take that to a vendor and you can turn it in for rewards and such. And so this is something that DCUO can kind of get creative in, as far as like maybe they might make a new title, maybe they might make a new accessory, something that's exclusive to the commendation vendor. So it's something like that. Very, very short and sweet, just examples, but they gotta give more incentives for people to I guess, participate in this new roulette system, and also, be rewarded for, especially in game or just everybody, but be rewarded appropriately for, like, hey, we appreciate you being a part of this stack clamping roulette RNG choosing system. So we're gonna make sure to give you some reward to, show appreciation and such. So just little things like that I think will be nice as far as rewards or incentives for the player base and this stack clamping thing. That's what I feel like should be added. Number 3. Man, quit being a bitch. Yeah, that's right. Quit being a bitch. There are some people, and besides the examples I set of people who don't have been spreading misinformation or building fear mongering people around, there is a portion of the community where they're kind of like, oh, I can't be able to one-shot shit no more. The devs, they taking away my stats, even though I didn't read or test anything, but they're gonna ruin the game, man. That's it. I quit. I ain't gonna do this shit, man. Fuck DCUO, man. Man, shut your bitch ass up. So that's that. So you gotta think of the bigger picture, right? So once again, if you don't know why stack clamping is good, go ahead and watch my old video just talking about the devs making us weaker, and I kind of just go over more details on it, right? But secondly, listen, of all the things this game has been through, if you've been playing this game since the advanced mechanic era, if you've been playing this game since the one-shot PvP flip slash days, if you've been playing this game since probably the short period of time when DCO was doing monthly content and every episode was like low tier quality, right? If you still playing this game after all the past stuff DCO has went through, man, if you don't quit being a bitch, it ain't that serious. It's really not as bad as what people are making it out to be. And that's kind of just the messed up thing as far as the con of DCO community is. Once you get that misinformation spread, now you got people who are acting like that. They say, man, me and my homies, we don't like that, right? And let me be real with y'all. Let me tell y'all something about life. And this is not just the DCO community. This is just people in general. But just because our circle of friends and we agree we don't like something or we do like something, that doesn't mean everybody else is going to feel the same. So, especially for all the times that this game definitely should have been, shut down, it's still up and running. And one of the things about life, I can say, is you gotta adapt. If you don't adapt, you will wither away. And especially for all you people who are talking about you're like veterans, you're an OG, you know how to play this game, you're a badass. Listen, if it doesn't apply, let it fly, right? If I'm not talking about you, then you're cool. But you know who I'm talking about. People who say that they're OGs, they've been playing this game since yada yada, they ain't afraid of nothing. This is your time to really adapt and not blah, 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 right? Fuck that. We're only doing one take. But yeah, that's just something I feel, and I can even say for myself, I was a heavy advocate for electricity back in the days that I was playing this game and uploading, right? Go ahead and check my old videos. You will see that I was electricity PvPing. I was making guides for PvE, coming up with shit for healers and stuff like that. And at some point, even I was like, okay, after this stats revamp, I have my reasons, legitimate reasons for why I don't like this game. I'm leaving, whatever, right? And guess what? I got replaced. Somebody else filled the shoes to be electricity. Somebody else started making electricity guides and such. Somebody else started being a representative or a look at go-to for electricity. We really need to stop this thinking of that if we leave, nobody else is going to take our place. Because it's not true. Somebody else will. Especially, for example, this game's still up and running. There's always going to be new players coming around and such, right? And also, especially with an update like this that is really positive, people are going to catch word. You're going to have some old players like myself who, oh, I'm hearing about this update, I might return back to the game for a while. Or you might have new people who might be like, oh, I've been hearing some good things about this game, let me try it out. The cycle of getting your shoes filled is always going to be a thing. So either you can adapt or you can die out. That's just how it is. But yeah, that's kind of like my 3 things I believe that will make stack clamping or this system work. If these 3 things are achieved, we're going to be good. And listen, let me just talk to my people who are still kind of iffy about this update. Let me be real, besides all the joking around and such, right? I can understand that you have the feeling of all your progression, all your resource, you might think is being taken away, right? For some people, DCUO might be the first MMO that you played, right? Or DCUO might be the first MMO that you play that you kind of reach end game at to where you put a lot of commitment, a lot of resources. People say they put a lot of time and money, and hey, I ain't mad at you. You know what you put in, you know what you get out of it, right? And so just the nature of MMOs, you have to understand, especially if you've been playing this game for a while, there's always going to be changes. There's always going to be downhills and uphills of the game. That's just the genre of MMOs. And especially for some of you guys, y'all been playing DCUO since you came out of your mother's birth canal, right? And so it's just human nature that we don't like change. Humans don't like change or whatnot. I can at least say, like, I'm still skeptical. Like, obviously, I want to see what this look like on live. Like, trust me, I'm not advocating heavily, but let's hear it out. It's not as bad as what I've been through. The days that I've been wanting to quit, the days me and my homies was like talking mess about this game and whatnot, right? At least coming back into a fresh mind. I know there's some people, who's been playing this game still when I was gone, and so maybe you haven't had that break. But at least me coming back in a refreshed mind, me having the knowledge of old DCO, what it used to be like, I'll say give it a chance. Why not, right? It's something new. There's a lot more improvements that's coming in with this update that will help out the game. So, just take it from there. Like I said, if you see any outliers or anything that's still like a little finicky or off, definitely report that shit. Address it to the devs like, hey, there's this thing that this one instance is still like buggy or something like that. Let them know and let them fix it. It's all about what they do afterwards that will determine if this is a fail or not. That's why I came up with these 3 things. Not saying that it should be like this when things launch, but if they can address or keep it updated post launch, then that's cool with me. But at the end of the day, if you still one of those people who, man, DCO is fucked up, fuck them, they still doing this bullshit ass update, hey, I'm right here with you. Man, fuck DCUO. They ain't cutting me the check. Fuck this game. When you leave, just mail me some of your stuff, will ya?